Welcome, race fans, to the Racing Roundup Show. For 39 years and counting, we are your destination for news and interviews from within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd live and in person for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to this Tuesday edition. Thanks for coming to our first Tuesday in June of our 39th season, June 6th of the date. We're looking forward to seeing you here on a given Tuesday night. If it's not tonight, make sure it's soon, would you? We're live tonight at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas, outside Turn 1 of the Milwaukee Mile. Check out our sponsor logos, please, on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Click and buy and support these sponsors. They make sure make this show possible. Thanks tonight to Bonafide Security Solutions, Automatic Transmission Design, and BMRE Electric Carts and E-Bikes. They are sponsoring our show. Please support their businesses and buy their products. On the program tonight, you're about to enjoy a chat with Dells Raceway Park Pro Late Model Champion Mike Litchfeld, who's in the house. Brought some cool shirts to give away as well, and some hats. We'll visit with Dirt Modified racers Joel Krobridge and David Paskewicz. Same sponsor, almost the same birthday. We'll talk to these guys about how they've been racing across the area in their Dirt Modifieds. They're both sitting out in front, as a matter of fact, too. Nice job, boys. One on the hauler, one in the parking lot. So come on down, bring the kids, bring the camera. See their great Modifieds all cleaned up here for you tonight. We're in the groove with Bill Holland from 3 Wisconsin Short Tracks tonight as well. And we're up to speed on the sprint car and midget world because this driver does both. Tommy Colburn's joining us. The Cool Cat is in the house. Tommy brought a bunch of folks with him. We'll talk to Tommy about what he's been doing lately, including double duty this past Sunday at Angel Park Speedway. Lots to cover, including Dean Strom and the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. We'll come back out of our first commercial break talking about NASCAR and the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. We got a lot going on. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We're live at Polly's, 81st and Greenfield. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
It's the return of IndyCars to Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin for the NTT IndyCar Series Sansio Grand Prix. Presented by AMR, June 15th through the 18th. It's a weekend featuring an international lineup of drivers in an all-out wheel-to-wheel battle. 640 acres, on-site camping, open seating, and room to roam. Kids age 16 and under, free with a paying adult. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Road America, your national park of speed.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Hey gang, Richie Bickle here. I want you to join us for the largest short track party at sea. Sail the Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore this coming January 7th to the 14th. Join Scott Hansen and myself and a bunch of other drivers on Bickle's Bon Voyage cruise. Enjoy unlimited craft beer, drinks, gourmet food. You might even get to race against us on the go-kart. We'll have a special question and answer session with the racers on board, and I know it'll be a ton of fun. Escape the January winter weather. We'll see you in the Dominican Republic, Tortola, and the Bahamas, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Sail the Caribbean with us January 7th through the 14th on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Call Mark at Making Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Link for information.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
And we're back on this Tuesday evening. Thanks again for joining us here on the Racing Roundup program. If you want to be a guest on the show, you want to hang out with us, you want to give some stuff away from your company or business or advertise, go to our website, racingroundupshow.com, and click the Contact Us page, and we'll get you hooked up. Or email us at racingroundup@gmail.com, including if you're interested in sponsoring Bill Holland's In the Groove Report. Got room for you. racingroundup@gmail.com is our email address. Hey, turn your recyclable metals into cash today at Allied Resource Recovery. ARR West Dallas Recycling is at 80th and Burnham in West Dallas. And at ARR Waukesha Recycling, you can get some cash. They're at 1001 Tesh Court. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com for more information. We'll have prize giveaways tonight after the show, including bottles of Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup. We talked about Mike Litchfeld. Thank you for coming by with some really cool stuff. We also have some sponsor hats and stickers and koozies from Walter, a sponsor from both of our Dirt Modified guests tonight. We also want to thank our friends with Racing Wisconsin, vintage NASCAR calendars from Mike Weber and Racing Wisconsin. Racing t-shirts, die-cast cars, racing hats, you got it. We got a bunch of them. We're giving away tonight after the show. You got to be here to win those. It's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin has a battery for every need. Interstate is a founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. This report is also brought to you by NASCAR's return to the Milwaukee Mile. Tickets are available now for the racing doubleheader on Sunday, August 27th, which starts with Luke Fenhouse competing in the Sprecher 150 ARCA Menard Series race, followed by Ty Majeski leading the other playoff contenders in the Clean Harbors 175 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Visit MilwaukeeMileRacing.com for tickets and information. Kyle Busch made the outside groove work, then held them off all Sunday. In St. Louis, held them all off, I should say, in St. Louis on Sunday, as the second rendition of the Cup Series at Worldwide Technology Raceway was another great success. Busch grabbed the lead with 60 laps to go on the outside of Ryan Blaney, then held point for 5 more restarts. Busch is now on 25 different NASCAR tracks, and it's his third win of the season with RCR. Nice job, boys. It was a race of it was a race, really, of who was going to take the time bomb and go boom with the right front brake rotors. Several cars, including William Byron. The Chevy of Carson Hocevar, the Toyotas of Tyler Reddick running third. Bubba Wallace's Camry that sent the race in overtime. Noah Gragson was lucky to walk away after the rotor exploded on his Chevy entering turn 1, which ended with a hard slam driver's side first under the safer barrier. Denny Hamlin finished second in the race. Joey Logano third. Kyle Larson raced on 2 fresh tires to fourth. Corey LaJoie subbed for suspended Chase Elliott in the Napa 9 and finished 21st. Seymour, Wisconsin native apologized after his Ford slipped up in Zane Smith's Ford. That's Ty Majeski saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, Zane." They were racing for the lead late in Saturday's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Gateway. The subsequent accident led the race into overtime. So Zane Smith knocked out of the win. Ty Majeski's truck out of the win. And in comes Grant Enfinger, who prevailed over Christian Eckes in the overtime period. Seymour, Wisconsin's Ty Majeski is going to be racing at the Milwaukee Mile. If you didn't hear, he's going to race at the Father's Day race, June 18th. That's coming up. We have information on that on the show as well. Stay tuned. The Xfinity Series race out in Portland on their first road course. They raced July 29th at Elkhart Lake and Road America. Don't forget, the Xfinity Series coming back to Wisconsin. They raced at Portland. First road course of the year. The complexion of Saturday's race changed dramatically as the leaders entered the tight entry into turn 1 in overtime. Leader Justin Allgaier had like a 4-second lead. That was wiped away. He chose the inside. Second place, Sheldon Creed chose outside. Inside row 2 was the plow driver, Parker Kligerman, who flat out took Allgaier wide into Creed at corner entry. To pounce gained Cole Custer from 5th to the lead and to the victory. Allgaier recovered for a close second. Franklin, Wisconsin's Sam Mayer, his teammate, was third. Nice job, Sam. Rhinelander, Wisconsin's Parker Retzloff was 17th. It's off to wine country and Sonoma Raceway this weekend for the Cup and Xfinity cars and ARCA Menard Series West. where Portland race winner Landon Lewis is looking to repeat. Landon won last week. It's also the return of Slinger, Wisconsin resident Josh Palicki behind the wheel of the number 78 Cup Series car. And Andy Lally has been added to the Rick Ware Racing roster for all road courses in the 15 or 51 Cup car starting this weekend at Sonoma. 7 Cup drivers, by the way, are entered in the Sonoma Xfinity Series race. That's probably the most they've had in a long time in an Xfinity Series race, companion to Cup. That's our NASCAR report. We're looking forward to seeing you at short tracks. This driver's been a busy guy. He's been at a bunch of short tracks. As a matter of fact, racing more than one division on a given night. Let's welcome in the cool cat, Tommy Colburn. How are you, Tommy? Good to see you.
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Glad you could find time in your schedule.
Plenty of time for this.
What has been, okay, when you are offered this beginning of the year, like, hey, you know what? We could race this, we could race this, we could race this, and you said, yes. You got a lot going on. What are y'all racing this year?
Yeah, so we're in the MWR 10A Badger Midget car, and we're also still in the Colburn Motorsports number 1 360 sprint car. So, yeah, double duty some nights. It's a lot of fun.
So you're running wing sprint cars and non-wing midgets, and you did them both on Sunday night. How'd it go?
One of those nights, I mean, we all race. One of those nights where, you have troubles, but sometimes the score sheet doesn't always determine your success. Mike and I from MWR Technology, Mike Wallace, we're picking up speed every single night, and we're just finally finding our groove together. I mean, we only have 4 or 5 nights together, and, when you're just starting out, you don't know each other. I was my first couple nights in a midget, so, but Angel Park was fun. I mean, the track was great. How can you complain going to Angel Park every week?
Yeah, they race there this Sunday night as well. When it comes to your schedule, MSA 360 sprint cars don't always race the same time as the Badger Midgets. Will there be any conflicts? Have you guys chosen your path yet? Have you figured out your schedule?
Yeah, so actually running for full points for the championship for Badger. So the 360, the sprint car will take a little bit of a backseat to that. But any time that both are at the same track, we're doing double duty. And anytime there's not a midget race, then we're sprint car racing.
There's some advantages. I'd mentioned the Xfinity guys going to race in the same weekend as the Cup Series. Can you gain anything between the 2 different race cars that do different disciplines of a 360 wing sprint car and a 2.4-liter midget?
Oh, God, they're so different. I mean, they're astronomically different. Your wheelbase is how many inches shorter, and you got the big wing on top and the other one, and the horsepower difference is so different. The disciplines aren't even the same. I had to completely start over, learning everything in the midget, and then that's been a challenge and honestly a blast in itself, is just breaking myself down as a driver and completely learning a whole new car all over again.
I'm not trying to be oversimplifying this, but you have like different gloves for each car. Like, okay, the yellow gloves mean I'm in a midget. The red ones mean I'm in the sprint car.
The only thing different that I run is a different receiver. And thank God Hannah's in the crowd. I use Hannah's receiver, and we're tuned into both radios. But other than that, no, same gloves, same helmet. Hopefully it doesn't get too sweaty sometimes in August.
It sounds like a lot of fun, too.
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, double duty every night. I'm racing double the amount of times that the normal guy is, and I will never complain with that.
How'd the Badger Midget opportunity come about, and what's that been like? You mentioned it's been a total different change of approach, but you ran Wisconsin Wingless, you ran other divisions of stuff. Tackling this Badger Midget stuff, I mean, there's like 31 cars, I think, rolled in on Sunday night.
Oh, stout field every night. I mean, when you make the show, it's just an accomplishment in itself. I mean, Quinn and Amy run a fantastic show every night. No matter where they are, how many cars, this and that, they're always running a fantastic show, and it's honestly, it's a privilege to be a part of something so historically rooted, and I get to rip around, in a Badger Midget. I mean, 100-something years, right? And take a break during World War II in Badger or something like that. It's been around so long, so it's a lot of fun. They're class act there with Badger every week, so.
Hanging out with Tommy Colburn, a family of racers. You brought a bunch of people here tonight. When it comes to going racing, who all gets to go racing, and what are their jobs? Because the midget deal is a team, and then your family team is the sprint car.
Oh, I got tons of help. I'm very, very blessed that way. I mean, it's usually just Mike with the midget, and he'll bring help here and there, but he's a trooper on that. And then I got my Colburn team. I got my dad, my Uncle Dick. We got Don, who's always behind the scenes helping out. My buddy Eli, who's really taking the bull by the horns this year. My buddy Nate, Jimmy, I mean, all the help we can get, and I can't forget Dick Kaiser. So we just have fantastic help who, willing to spend their time to help me go fast, and I will forever be grateful for them for that.
How many race cars are in the shop? How many play toys on off weekends are in the shop right now?
Just one, just the sprint car. I wish it was more, right? If we could do triple duty, we'd do it. But no, that's not a...
I don't see Dad saying that's a good idea. That's a big no.
My mom says no.
When it gets to be where you've got to figure this out, how comfortable are you getting in the MSA 360 sprint car right now?
Oh, I mean, we're really picking up speed. I mean, the results haven't been what we thought they'd be, but gosh, it's like we just can't catch a break there, you know. And then when we do, I think we're really gonna stuff the stat sheet with some great finishes coming up here. We're not in it too many times, but yeah, especially at Angel Park. I mean, what we did to the car. I mean, we were just lowered the whole thing, and we were up, you know, not a foot from the wall the whole time. And that's at Angel Park. That's an absolute blast.
Yeah, not many guys would go there.
No,
and you just said, I got to go. That's my spot.
Yeah. It was a crazy fun feature. And in the midget, we kind of ran into some problems with a cracked oil line, but you know, I think we were second in the B, and I had a feeling we were going to win that thing. But you know, we're going to Sycamore next weekend, and then Angel Park after that, and
back-to-back nights, right? Saturday Sycamore, Sunday Angel Park.
Yeah, and racing with the IRA twice, you know, that weekend too, and that's a whole other thing you got to think about. When the IRA is there, it's almost like you're racing on a whole different track. You know, Angel Park without the IRA is so much different than Angel Park with, and I love racing with the IRA, another class act. So
I'm glad you mentioned that, because not many people realize that. Hey, you got a lot of seat time. Well, in reality, you got a lot to figure out, depending on who else is racing on the track. Go into how important that is to knowing whether it's you or your dad or Don walking up to the side of the racetrack going, okay, it's getting a little, there's moisture. They're taking moisture in the bottom of one. Don't go down that low. We got to set it for something else. I mean, that knowledge, you've got a pretty deep team, but for you and those and who you have to work with, take us through that process on a given night.
Yeah, I mean, when you know you miss watching a heat race, you could totally miss where the track's going to go. I mean, dirt is so funky like that. You try to watch the track as much as you can. I would say it's just so tricky. You don't know where the thing's going to go, and then you got to guess what's set up and all that stuff. But my dad's pretty good at reading the track along with me and Dick. So, I mean, when you got multiple IRA championships helping you out, usually your car's going to be pretty fast no matter what the track's doing. So I'm very lucky there, too.
Yeah, that's awesome. You've got a really good fortune, and it doesn't come by accident. Working with some great Wisconsin companies. You've got some more on board this year I haven't seen on a race car before. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Who is working with you guys this year?
Yes, we got Heiser Automotive. They've been there since day one. We got Harley Davidson Museum, which is another great one. We got Wolter, LD's Barbecue, Iron Jock, 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I mean, just some great companies that come out and help, you know, just support us week in and week out. And some of them have been there since day one, and some new ones this year that are, you know, excited to be along for the ride too. And I mean, without that help, I'm not sitting here talking to you. So, you know, I'd be a nobody.
As busy as your night gets, do you have time? Do you make time? Do you now have to make more time for folks that are coming to the racetrack maybe for the first time?
Yeah, you know, you try to accommodate new people just because, I mean, the races are so hectic yet so entertaining and can be so quick. You know, only an 8-lap heat race. You don't want them to miss all that stuff. But, you know, I hope anybody that comes out does have fun because, I mean, especially on the dirt, it goes quick, but it is like a roller coaster. You know, it's gonna drag you this and there and this and there, and it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a man of experience, doesn't it? You got some seat time, you got some comfort, you got some great people behind you. Who'd you bring tonight? This table's pretty full of people right here.
Yeah, I got my aunt, uncle, my cousin Kev. I got my mom and my dad, my best buddy Eli, his dad. I got Don. You know, we got the whole crew here. Some of my other ex-coworkers at Wolter came out to support Dave and them. So a lot of people I know here, which is awesome. Come out to the Roundup.
You already said mom and dad are here. Did we miss anybody on this side of the table?
Mr. Don Klinsky's right there.
Yeah, there's
hard
Don.
to miss.
Couldn't quite see you back there, Don. He's kind of slinking around. Good to see Don back. And I'm glad to see you got Don with you because he's been doing a lot of good things for a long time.
Heck yeah, we're going to try to get Don out to the track this year. You know, get him out crew chiefing once again. A couple IRA championships on his belt. Never hurts to have that working on the car.
Big time. Who else is behind your program? Who else is going to be looking forward to? Maybe there's a specific sponsor night you want to highlight. Anything that's something you're looking forward to on your schedule this year, Tommy?
Ooh, later in the year, we're going to the BC39 in the midget.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is going to be an absolute blast.
4-day show in September now.
Yeah, that's going to be something. I mean, the competition there is that's the best in the country, you know, as it goes for midget racing. So we're gearing up. We're trying to prepare for the Badger season. At the end of the year, we're going to go try to run the 39 and, you know, run with those boys, which will be an absolute blast.
That's on the dirt track inside Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's a big 4-day event this year in September. Where can we find out where you're racing next?
Check out Colburn Motorsports on Facebook. We also have an Instagram, Colburn Motorsports, ran by my lovely PR lady, Hannah. Always on the ball with that. And, yeah, you'll be able to catch us there, updates, all that stuff. So
awesome. I thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
It really is nice to talk with you. It's kind of easy just to ask you a question and go, oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. That's kind of neat. Well done, young man. How about I say it for Tommy Colburn joining us here on the show tonight? Thanks for bringing the crowd down as well.
Yeah, thank you.
My friend John Elke back there, I've known John a long time. Helped me in a lot of ways. His son helps you on the crew as well. It's pretty cool that they're hanging out here. And we're hanging out with you for a couple of more, hours. We've got a show to do, and then we're doing some great giveaways after the program. So come on down and join the racing crowd. This is the Racing Roundup program. When we come back, we're talking to a guy who's won a few races, including racing in North Carolina against Dale Jr. and the gang at North Wilkesboro. Yeah, we had a lot to talk about. Mike Litchfield next on the Racing Roundup show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup show.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technician, parts department, and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
The Racing Roundup show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500. You see him on MAV TV's coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl, the ASA Stars National Tour, and the 500 Sprint Car Tour. The host of our show, Jim Trado.
Thanks again, everyone, for being part of this program on this June 6th. We've got a lot of things to tell you about, including there's a shuttle every time there's a Milwaukee Brewers home game. Shuttle service from Polly's Pub right to the front door of the where the Milwaukee Brewers play. So if you want to come on down to enjoy a game in Milwaukee, you're not from the area, come to Polly's, 81st and Greenfield. That's where we're hanging out each and every Tuesday. And then just get on the bus and go to the game and come back and have some fun or enjoy the game without having to worry about the parking hassles. Polly's has shuttles to all the big concerts in town, too. Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy a commercial or home property, choose Matt Rapina, Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with Matt Rapina. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Website to go to, mattrapina.com. mattrapina.com. He's the guy in charge of all things good, and he can get you done right when it comes to buying or selling a home or commercial property. mattrapina.com. I want to thank Jim Wirtz and J2 Woodworking. We got a beautiful stand with a bunch of famous names on it, short track racing legends. That beautiful woodworking stand is representative of what Jim Wirtz can do for you and your company, or your rec room, or your bar, or your kitchen. He's got some pretty cool, handy work as a master carpenter. Dean Strom.
My last name is on there.
Yeah, Strom, and there's a Storm on there too.
There is.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe a misprint.
No, a lot of names on there.
It's my brother Stormy.
Right. Yeah, Jeff Storm. Right. Yeah, a lot of short track names on there. Pretty cool to see. We have that here in each every time you want to see it. Maybe take a peek around. I see different names, I think, every time I look at it. It's really pretty cool. But thanks to Jim for providing that for our show to display some cool items throughout the year. Throughout the weekend, there's a lot of racing going on. We're going to tell you about what's happening this past weekend and what's coming up in the short track report. Dean. Hey, Dean, welcome back.
Thanks, Jim. Bonafide Security Solutions brings us the short track report for camera and alarm systems for your home or business. Program card access, gun safes, it's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online, bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. Last Friday night, Madison International Speedway, they Alive for 5. They had twin 50-lap super late model features. Luke Fenhouse won them both. DeAngelis Construction sponsored. Johnny DeAngelis finished third and second in the features. Defending Alive for 5 champ Gabe Summers sits third in points after his second and fourth place finishes. Speaking of Jeff Storm, we had him on the show last week.
Yeah, we did, at the Cellar, Oak Creek Automotive Night.
Stormy had a nice night on Friday at Madison. Finished fifth and finished third in the Twin 50s. So that was good to see the Deuce Nickel running up right towards the front.
Deuce Nickel Diaries on the YouTube.
Dells Raceway Park on Saturday night, Minnesotan Billy Moan outraced Max Kaler to the finish to win the super late model feature. Defending track champion Matt Pate won the modified feature with New Lisbon, Wisconsin's Dave Trout capturing the loot.
Well, I got it.
Yep. In the UMA Sportsman Main. You can save on tickets purchased on DellsRacewayPark.com for this Saturday's program featuring the UMA Pro Late Models, 602 Outlaw Late Models, Doug's Northside Auto Bandits, 6-shooters, and vintage cars. CK Contractors LLC.com brings us the CK Contractors Auto Meter Wisconsin Wingless Sprints coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation and grading, retention pond building, and more. After he won the race, recent show guest Ryan Marshall credited his mom. I mean, we've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
Guy wins, credits his mom. He credited his mom for bringing the fried chicken to the racetrack.
Way to go, Mom. Nicely done.
Brought the fried chicken, took home the win Sunday night at Angel Park. It was Marshall's first CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints victory of the season. Davey Ray finished second. Last week's show guest, Chris Klemko, finished 10th in the 20-lapper. This Saturday night, point leader and recent show guest, Clayton Rossman, leads the Wisconsin Wingless Sprinters to Wilmot Raceway, along with the modified street stocks and Bandit 4 cylinders. This past Friday and Saturday night, Tony Stewart's All-Stars raced against the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaws. Corey Eliason won the dash, which earned him the pole position Friday night, and he led all 25 laps of the Gib Weiser Classic at the Dodge County Fairgrounds. Brenham Crouch in 12th, Danny Schlafer in 16th were two of the higher finishing IRA regulars. Saturday night, it was all Rico. Rico Abreu won the 35-lap headliner at the Plymouth Dirt Track. The Race Rudine Foundation event, $26,000 went the way of Rico. Brent Marks passed Chris Wyndham back on the final lap to finish second. Parts issue sent Danny Schlafer of Schlafer's Auto Body and Sales in land and crashing and qualifying. Pretty wicked crash coming out of turn 4. Good to see he was able to walk away, but unfortunately was done for the night. And Pennsylvania Posse member Lance Deweese, 69K, made his first ever racing appearance in the state of Wisconsin. Finished 7th at Dodge County and 6th at Plymouth. I had to go retro. I pulled out the old Lance Deweese shirt.
The 461 with the bricks on it?
The brick.
Oh,
yeah. It was vintage.
Gotta do that.
It was vintage indeed.
Yeah.
MSA 360 Sprints had a triple header weekend. Recent Racing Roundup show guest Alex Pokorski. He brought his car. Remember, it was a couple weeks ago. That red number 4 was sitting out front. Well, he got the weekend off for the MSA 360s in grand fashion at Dodge County. Picked up his first career A-Main win. Good job, Alex. Brandon McMullen scored the win at Plymouth after race leader Justin Erickson got tangled up in lap traffic and went for a tumble. Ben Schmidt was the feature winner at Sun Prairie on Sunday, while Brandon Berth set a new track record in qualifying. Badger Midgets were also on the card at Angel Park Speedway on Sunday night, and what a night. 32 strong for the Badger Midgets. Brandon Welty picked up the win. He is now 2 for 2 on the season at Angel Park, but that really wasn't, that was just one of the stories. Todd Cleaver set fast time, broke the injection in the heat race. Crew went back to the shop, stole the injector system off the backup car, made it in time to put it on, start the B main, drove up. He was leading the B main, and then he hit the wall and went for a tumble.
Oh, boy.
Your fast qualifier didn't make the show. Second fast qualifier, Davey Ray, qualified second on the first lap, went for the second lap in qualifying and took a wicked tumble. So the drivers who finished first and second in qualifying did not make the feature event. It was good to see, though, that Cleaver and Ray were both okay. Jesse Bernhagen is 3 for 3 at the Slinger Super Speedway in the Pro Late Models. Sunday night, he took the win. Tyler Schley and Oak Creek Automotive's Ryan Gutnick completed the podium. Penn Sauter scored a clean sweep in the Bandoleros and came just a whisker short of setting a new track qualifying record. And Jim, it's Dirt Late Model Dream Week at Eldora. A full program Thursday and Friday night, and then the Dream is on Saturday night. 129,000 to win. 89 cars entered at last check.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Lots of racing going on in the area. Lots of racing that's already been taking place this year. Now we welcome in to our hot seat next to Dean and I here on the Racing Roundup program on this given evening. I want to thank him for coming down to join us. Let's welcome in the 2022 UMA Pro Late Model Champion at Dells Raceway Park, Mike Litchfeld. Mike, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Happy to be down. Like I was telling you before, usually Tuesday nights is my night to mow the yard and turn on the Racing Roundup show, but we haven't had rain in like a month, so I haven't had to jump on the mower and able to get down here. So happy to be on.
So we got you fixed up for tonight, which is awesome. You're racing amazingly well. The last year and a half has been really, really strong for you. What would you give a credit to? One or two people or 2 or 3 cars you went through? I mean, this has been quite a streak for you.
It's just the team. It's a team that I got around me. A lot of great guys. It's me and my dad in the shop a lot of times during the week, almost every night, and getting help from my brother. He does a great job spotting for me. We get some technical setup stuff from Nick Panitsky. He's a heck of a racer. Used to be an asphalt guy, turned dirt guy.
He's all dirt all the time now?
I don't know.
But he's giving you some secrets. That's all we care about, right?
Yeah, he's good at the secrets, that's for sure. And we keep him secret. So just a great crew of guys behind me and, good sponsors and stuff like that. And, it's not just one thing or two things. It's a whole array of things that add up and make you fast, and it's the attention to detail and the fine details and being in the shop and make sure everything's ready to go every week.
Well, Mike, you've done a lot of winning, and I know you're used to the path of going from victory lane on the racetrack at the Dells Raceway Park up around and out to the fan side. That's where the victory lane is for the fans to see you and talk to you and get really close to you. That had to be a pretty worn-out path for you. It's going to be almost expected now, isn't it?
I like it. Don't get me wrong, but when you start expecting it, that's when you kind of slip up a little bit. So even though we're having good success and having good runs and strong cars, we're staying hungry, stay humble, and focus on the next one. Because what you did last week doesn't matter. You gotta keep your eye on the prize ahead of you.
We had a chance to talk to Matt Urban last week about a big win he had. He said, hey, I'm looking forward to racing the Pro Late Models at Dells Raceway Park, adding Super Late Models to the program as well. How has that changed or added to your program?
Well, I have a Super Late as well. I got the Pro Late as well, too. So just means more Dells racing for us, which is great. Dells is a half hour up the road from us from home, and it's on Saturday nights, and that works out great with our work schedule. I've tried racing Thursday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday nights. It's just hard with work. We have a plumbing company, excavating company, and you got to be sharp Monday morning, and can't be racing late on Sundays, and can't be taking off Thursday and Fridays to go play. So Saturdays works out great for us. Jerry does a great job up there. It's home. It's where I watched my dad race growing up, and I've been around that track ever since I was probably 3 or 4 years old.
So the Dells Raceway Park is a half hour from home, but you did a little traveling this spring and early summer to, probably about 13 or 14 hours to go racing. Tell us about racing at Hickory and then at North Wilkesboro.
All right, so it all goes back to last October. I asked a couple buddies of mine to be my wedding, and first thing they says, well, what are we going to do for a bachelor party? And one of my buddies says, well, we should go to North Wilkesboro for the NASCAR All-Star Weekend. That's just kind of like when they first announced it. And I'm like, well, I'm not much of a NASCAR fan, but I'm like, sure, that sounds like a good time because you see what Dale Jr. is doing with bringing the place back. And give it about a week or so and start looking at schedules, and it's like, hey, they got some pro late races down there. Why don't we take a car down there? So then we kind of spent the winter getting a plan in place. Andy Mankey had a race car that is similar to the Panitsky cars that we raced that he had acquired. So we bought a motor, a stock 604 crate to put in that thing, and we were going to go down south and race. When the Dells icebreaker rained out, they made the call like Wednesday or something like that, just because the weather wasn't very good. We kind of shifted gears and started working on that car really hard, so we can go the following week down to Hickory. We went down to Hickory, and I think that was probably about April 22nd. We went down there and raced that race. Did all right. We qualified 14th out of 20-some or whatever. That was our first time with those guys. And then in the race, we were running about 10th or so, and they had a green-white checkered restart. We kind of got caught up in some mess. So we had a lot of work to get it rebuilt back up for North Wilkesboro, but lo and behold, we went down there. We had to turn it into my bachelor party, so I had crew guys from years past and current crew guys, and we had a heck of a crew to go down there. For that one, we qualified 19th out of 53. Started the race, we got up to like 13th or so.
I got you up to 11th in my mind. I'm like, okay, I'm counting the cars. I might have missed one. I thought you were like up to 11. That was really impressive.
11 sounds a lot better than 13, so I'll take
11.
it. Yeah, 11.
All right, I was there. Making it up.
Knocking on the door of a top 10.
I was watching.
And then that place just chews up tires so bad, we kind of lost the handling on it and kind of slipped back a little bit. And at that point, it was just kind of hang on. But what a blast. I mean, that was so much fun at Wilkesboro. At Hickory. Dale Jr. is a part owner of that series that we were in. And so kind of approached him at the end of the driver's meeting and shot the breeze with him for 5 minutes or so, and I couldn't get away from him. And I had three things I wanted to say to him. And after that, it's like, well, geez, what do you say to Dale Earnhardt Jr.? But, he was so great. He was nice. And then also we had Robbie Reiser came out by us. He's good buddies with Andy Mankey, who the car owner was, and he came out to Hickory, hung out with us for a couple hours, and then for North Wilkesboro.
He told me he's retired now, so I'm glad he got some time to spend with you guys.
Yeah, he is retired. He hasn't been to a racetrack in like 7 years, he said. So that Hickory race was the second time he'd been to a racetrack. Other time was the Slinger Nationals last year.
We had him on our show. I'm like, hey, what are you doing now? He said, I'm retired. That's why I know that's why I know the goods. I didn't know how long he'd be retired.
He's jonesing to get back in a race car though. So
in the car.
Yeah.
All right.
So long story short, we ended up the Friday night. Ended up at his house on Lake Norman, and he grilled us burgers, and we emptied a couple coolers of beer and stuff like that. And he got talking smart with some guys up here about driving their truck or whatever. So maybe you'll see him in something.
That'd be so much fun. But it's part of that reason why you go racing, right? Just these experiences, like, okay, how can we figure it out? That's part of what we do. We figure things out. It had to be kind of neat to do that. How much time did it take away? Did you have to take a week off at work? Did you have guys flying or driving back in a big van? What'd you end up doing?
So it was kind of a logistic nightmare. Going down to Hickory, we're on the way down. We left, it's been Thursday morning. We were down to like southern Indiana, shattered a brake rotor on the truck at about 4:30 in the afternoon, and we're supposed to practice at Hickory the next day. Well, nobody would get us in for a garage or anything like that, and we're in Napa, and lo and behold, a dirt late model guy, came in and says, hey, I could probably help you guys out. So he had the tools, he had the stuff, he got us back going, back on the road. So, we were a little bit late. We rolled into Hickory probably about 1 or 2 in the morning, got up the next day and went practicing. Meanwhile, my dad and Ed Zelgowski Sr., who was a great sponsor of mine, the owner of Assembly Products, was supposed to fly out the next day or that day. Well, American canceled their flights.
Oh, boy.
And they were left stranded. So they missed the practice day. And then on Saturday with race day, they had rain down there, so practice got wiped out totally. So we were kind of shooting from the hip a little bit, but with missing the crew chief and some key parts to the team. But we still had fun, still had a great time. And then Wilkesboro, we had about 4 or 5 guys fly down, and then about 4 guys drove down too. So it was a good group of guys. Man, it was a blast. Even just yesterday, my dad was just saying, you know what, that was a lot of fun. That was like a bucket list thing, on top of racing down there. You go into all these race shops, and pretty much every race shop has a guy from Wisconsin at it working at it. So we got a great tour at Stuart Haas from a buddy up here that used to be a crew guy. And then we got a great tour at Hendrick from Austin Knitsky or whatever. He showed us around, and it was just a great time. So a lot of things that, the racing was great, but the time spent with your buddies and stuff was pretty timeless too.
There's not too many people, I would imagine, Jim and Mike, that can say they raced at North Wilkesboro at the same time as they were having their bachelor party.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, isn't it?
Just a small number.
Just to pull it off. I mean, I was stressing leading up to it because I was trying to work logistics of the race stuff and work logistics of where's everybody going to stay, all that stuff. But it all turned out great, and we had a blast.
And when it comes to Dells Raceway Park, you're back in that swing of things. Chasing both titles this year, I'm thinking, is on the list of things to do this year. Right?
I'm going to chase the title in the prolates for sure. And then we're running the Alive for 5 stuff too. Get a lot of great competition in there. We were at Madison Friday night down there.
How'd you do?
Not bad. It's been since 2015 since I raced Madison. We qualified 7th, led the first 10 laps of the race or so, and then restarted on the bottom. And I kind of got stuck down there a little bit and ended up 8th in both races. So not too bad. The second race we were running 8th, got spun out, went back to 18th and got back up to 8th. So got to pass some cars. So that's always fun. So I'll run for points in the prolate, and then I'll also Alive for 5 stuff. With going to Wilkesboro, we missed out one of the points nights for the super late, the weekly stuff. So I think now my brother went there and raced this Saturday. So I don't know if he's going to kind of slide in and do some more of those, and I'll just go and kind of help him out.
That's kind of cool. Got a chance to bounce off ideas with your brother. That's also a neat component.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we do this as a family. My dad, my brother. My mom's been a great supporter for a lot of years. My fiance supports it a lot, and
she knows what she's getting into. She better know by now.
Yeah, she's smiling over there, right? We do it as a family. We don't hunt, fish, golf, or anything like that. Our thing is racing, and we try. Me and my brother try not racing on the same nights, just so I can be there for him, spotting for him, and he spots for me, and I do tires for him, and that's a neat part of it too. That's all a family aspect of it.
Big time. How about some sponsors that you want to support, and we want to support by recognizing what you're getting to do with their money?
I have a lot of great sponsors. Start off with Country Plumber. That's our family business. Assembly Products, as I mentioned before, Ed Zelgowski Sr., Ed Jr., great supporters of mine. Cabelco Excavators, we use those every day at Country Plumber doing our excavating. Cutting Edge Construction, Underground Systems Incorporated, Schultz Small Engine, Doug's Northside Auto, SS&E Concrete, 99.7 Max FM, Beast Tap House, Carbless Cocktails, those things are delicious, New Orleans Style Snowballs, Falby Auto, Dennis Simonson, Mid-State Supply, Dave's Concrete, Cleaver and Gale, Don's Marine, Frog Racing, Fister's Lake Truck and Auto, Retirement Specialist, Reynolds Masonry, Pom Pom Racing, Wagner Automotive Research, Left-Hander Chassis, TD Graphics, Bromstead Farms, Zolik Home Repair and Log Standing, the Schilling Family, and Blystone's Towing. We got a lot of them. I got to thank my crew guys too. My dad, Tom Litchfield, Nick Panitsky, Steve Litchfield, Sharon Litchfield, Mike Bromstead, Jason Zernicki, Ed Jr., Brandon Abbott, Ed Sr., Andy Mankey, Colin Raymer, and Jim Severud.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. It takes a village. I mean, I'm just blessed to have the great people behind me.
Keep it on rolling, man. Nice job so far. Keep it up.
Thank you. Happy to be on.
How would I say it for Mike Litchfield and his whole gang here for coming? Thank you, and for bringing your fiance down with us. Looking forward to seeing you at the racetrack. We'll be racing this Saturday at the Dells, right?
Yes, sir.
Dells Raceway Park, Saturday night. Buy tickets online. Save money. DellsRacewayPark.com. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dean, as well.
Yep, you're welcome, Jim.
You'll be around for after the show. We got some giveaways to do. Might watch some racing.
Yep,
all right.
absolutely.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it here at Polly's.
Let's do it.
We're going to come back with a couple of guys who've been racing a lot on the dirt. They race dirt modifieds. Both their cars are sitting out front. We'll talk to both David Paskewitz and Joe Crowbridge. We'll look at the 28 sitting out there all fancy. It's going to be fun talking to the dirt modified guys next on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE-trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
It's the return of IndyCars to Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin for the NTT IndyCar Series Sancio Grand Prix. Presented by AMR, June 15th through the 18th. It's a weekend featuring an international lineup of drivers in an all-out wheel-to-wheel battle. 640 acres, on-site camping, open seating, and room to roam. Kids age 16 and under, free with a paying adult. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Road America, your national park of speed.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Glad to have you with us on a Tuesday evening. Got some beautiful race cars outside, beautiful weather outside. We're hanging out inside Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Come on down and join the racing crowd. Got some great giveaways after the program as well from sponsors or the next two guests as well. Looking forward to talking to these guys in our segment. This portion of the show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts and E-Bikes in Random Lake. Check out new Icon e-bikes that go as far as 25 miles between charges and 25 miles per hour in speed. Brad Miller, Wisconsin's only Icon dealer, wants to take care of you. He has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. The ASA Stars National Tour, along with the Midwest Tour, are racing at the Milwaukee Mile on Sunday, June 18th, and the Father's Day 100 presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Also on the card, a bunch of other racers. So you can watch Point Leader Ty Majeski, Bubba Pollard, William Sawalich, Cole Butcher, Casey Roddick, and more take on the best of the Midwest. It's also going to be a great time to catch our stars, the Midwest Truck Series racing at the mile, the Mid-American Stock Car Series, the Upper Midwest Vintage Series, and for the first time, the Voris Compact Touring Series. I've seen them race at Nashville. I've seen them race at Winchester. They are really entertaining and fun to watch. I saw them at Salem. They're racing at the mile. They're going to do a 6-wide parade lap, and these guys get it done. It's a bunch of fun. The Voris Compact Touring Series is also part of the weekend. They're planning that wonderful weekend affair. If you can save $5 and buy tickets online in advance at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com. That's the Father's Day 100, Sunday, June 18th at the Milwaukee Mile. There's a new event schedule, if you didn't know, posted recently on Facebook. Follow the page, Milwaukee Mile-Track Enterprises Events. You'll get information there about all the cool things going on June 18th, and that's also a good destination to find out more about what's going on when NASCAR comes back to the Milwaukee Mile on Sunday, August 27th. Right now, we are going to shine the spotlight brightly on these two young drivers. This is the Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight. They're proud sponsors and supporters of Wisconsin racers Bill Balog and Jason Gross. Try it in your coffee or tea or on vanilla ice cream. Take it with you with Pure Fuel, Maple Energy on the go. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer. AndersonsMapleSyrup.com is their website. Anderson's, pure quality since 1928 is their slogan, and they mean it, and I believe it because it's delicious. This week's Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight shines on a pair of dirt-modified racers sitting here with us inside, race cars outside. Joel Crowbridge and David Paskewitz. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us, Jim.
Good to see you guys on. And David, we're going to start with you. I saw your car first because I couldn't help it. You're on the curb out here, right out front. You got the truck loaded, the car still on the trailer.
Yeah, there's a upside to open trailer still. You get preferred parking out front.
It's great. And I couldn't help but notice you guys have the same. It's really cool because, you know, the dirt racers want to keep things secret, right? So you got this big panel across the back of the modified so you can't see inside. You snap it on the car, you take it off. That's a great sponsor placement. You got a bunch of people on Greenfield Avenue to find out about Walter. They could scan while they're sitting at the red light to find out how they can work there.
Yep, we're always looking for good people, and the QR code's right on the banner, and it helps out with them and helps out with us. So,
how have they helped you as a racer?
They're my employer and sponsor.
So that you can actually afford things because you work there, and they actually say, "Hey, you know, Dave, we'll give you some money for the car."
Yeah, it also helps that Scott Chambeau's our boss, so when me and Joel want to sneak to go racing, it's not a big deal.
Is that the deal?
Yep.
All right. So we had Joel Crowbridge lined up on the show, and David popped me a note and said, "Hey, Joel's on. Walter's my sponsor too. I want to be on the show with those guys. It's kind of cool." Joel, thank you for letting us crash your party here tonight. We'll get you out like once a year. It's kind of fun to hang out with you guys for a little while.
Yeah, it's always fun coming here.
How's your season been going, Joel?
It's been pretty good. I had 2 second places up at Gravity. One, I thought I had it in the bag, but I got passed on the last lap. Guy caught me on surprise. Kind of was.
Well, how'd he get you?
Just
because that ain't going to happen again. How'd he get you that time?
I was running the high side, and he just pulled a slider off me coming up for the white flag and kind of checked me up towards the wall. And
okay.
I killed my momentum. But then I went down to Wilmot, and I won the opening night down there. And then just kind of bouncing around. I just was at Davenport Friday night. And
how'd that go?
Davenport was fun. Doesn't help starting in the back. So when you are new to an IMCA track, you got to start in the back.
Okay.
But I did a lot of passing and back and forth. And that was a fun night. And Kokomo, I went off the track. I went off the berm, and I was behind the whole night.
Oh, boy.
There was no yellows, so I never caught up.
So you're like an outlaw modified guy.
How
do you pick your schedule?
I don't know. I just like to race Friday and Saturdays, and I don't really commit to one track. If 141 rains out, I'll try to go to Wilmot. And if sprint cars are there, I'll preferably go to Wilmot because the track will be drier.
Okay.
Because I'm running a crate motor. But other than that, mainly Chilton and 141, just because I got family up there.
Gravity Park, cool racetrack. Glad to see you got a couple seconds already. David Paskewitz, your turn. How's your season been going so far?
We're learning.
All right.
So far, so good. 4 nights and only missed 1 feature, so we're doing pretty good.
Good job.
Just steep learning curve.
Where have you been racing?
141 Gravity Park mainly. I don't know where we're going to go Saturday night yet. We're kind of deciding maybe Plymouth or something like that. But that's the nice thing about the IMCA cars. You can bounce around and you don't have to commit to one place.
Have you guys found yourself looking at more places because of the IMCA standardization, David? Like you said, you're going maybe your 3rd track this year already. That probably says it, the answer for me.
Yeah, that was kind of the appeal. Like me and Daryl built the Grand National. We'd been running that for a few years, and I kind of looked at it, and I was ready to do something different. And you know, Joel's my buddy, and he's like, "Got to get an IMCA car. Got to get an IMCA car. You can go wherever you want." And so that was the big appeal. Where I kind of wanted to do an IMCA stock car, but the tracks in Wisconsin are limited, so we decided to do the sport mod because I can run with the A mods, run with the sport mods, and kind of bounce around and go wherever we want.
Crazy thing is these guys have been doing it long enough to say I can go to the Hales Corner Speedway reunion that's coming up September 17th. Thank you, Pat Haney, for the flyer. I want to let everybody else know about it. The Hales Corner Speedway reunion is coming up on September 17th near Berlin VFW, 17980 West Bolite Road, 10 to 6 on that day. And kind of crazy to think you guys could actually say, you know what, the track closed in 2003, but you raced there. I mean, you grew up there. I mean, it's kind of cool knowing that you guys can hang out still together and go racing.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised he never raced there.
What?
You know.
Yeah, I never raced
Come
there.
on, I thought you did.
No.
I thought way back, like maybe
My dad did, and I packed the track a few times.
Okay.
But about it.
Can we talk about that? Because you're probably like 12 and you didn't wear a helmet and you probably couldn't see your head over the
Yeah, I
dashboard.
sat on phone books and.
So. Well, we went there together at some point. I always was in the stands, and I got to do some announcing. And you mentioned Daryl. It's kind of fun that Daryl and Joanne Traber are here. Midwestern Road Stock Car Series. I mean, you guys had a bunch of fun together for a long time.
Oh yeah, and Daryl and Joanne still help me out a ton, and my dad and Donnie's here. He's helped me out, and Daryl and Joanne are family, and that's who helps me out. Carrie Ann, my cousin, my crew chief, really. So, and then my wife and kids, they couldn't make it tonight, but they're watching at home. So.
Hi, thanks for letting them out to play tonight on Tuesday. I know it might be like softball night or something, or
no, they're not that old yet, but they're getting there.
Okay. When it comes to this though, David, you mentioned it's a new process for you. How long have you had the car? Who'd you buy it from?
I bought the car from Derek Failing at the end of last season. We did what we needed to do to get me in the car, and he's been helping me out. Derek's been helping me out a lot, and this is the first season with the car. I haven't driven a modified since Hale's Corner, so it's been a while, and a lot has changed since then.
Joel, I've seen your car. Thanks to your social posts on Facebook, I've seen your car. You've got the slant down. You've got that whole right front working for you. How hard is that to figure out, and how are you able to help David in his acclimation to modifieds in the same time? Because I wouldn't think his setup is as close to yours as I would imagine.
Well, Dave's on a 3-link setup, and I'm on a 4-link, so it's a little different there. Front ends are pretty similar.
Okay.
But just takes a lot of trial and error. I ended up buying a shock dyno this winter, and I've been building my shocks too now, and just playing around with that a little more and more. But just keep messing with it.
So your brain's just always clicking, always working. Okay, not just the track conditions, but now you're taking a whole other file cabinet to say, okay, with my shocks, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? I'm not just getting 4 from a guy who thinks.
Yeah, I'm probably doing more wrong than right, but it's. I just want to be able to say I do it myself. So, but trial and error. Some nights it's worked pretty good.
So if we don't know where you're racing, are you going to post something on social, Joel, so we know where you're racing at some point?
I never do. I just go. I don't know.
Outlaw. I mentioned Outlaw. That has to be another name. Get your decal guy to put Outlaw on the front windshield. Outlaw. Joel Krobich.
Kind of a one-man crew, so I don't have the time.
So you are literally saying, it rained out. Okay, gotta go. Turn around. Go.
Mainly Gravity Park and 141 is the main plan, but it can change.
David, as you get acclimated to these modifieds, are you going to get on the crazy train like him and say, I'm just going to keep weaving around until I find a racetrack I can race at?
I was actually supposed to go with them guys last weekend, but we wrecked the car pretty bad at Gravity Park my second night, and kids' funds, so we decided to play it safe and stay home, which was a good thing. We went up to 141 last Saturday, learned a lot, made the show, which is not easy to do up there.
Nice job.
Yeah, so we had some mechanical failures in the feature we didn't finish, but I was really happy. I told my dad on the way up there I just want to make the feature tonight, and we made it through the heat race, so that was really huge and made the invert, so I was really happy. We're getting there, just a lot to learn.
Yeah, and Joel, I know you were expected to race for wins. That's your expectation. You work really hard at what you do. A lot of the work you do in yourself on your own time. How difficult is that to maintain that? And then, keep on task and keep on the fresh stuff and do all the things that David is going to get there. He's learning quickly, but, you're at that level now where you are contending for race wins more often, and David's learning how to get there.
I just kind of keep a schedule where Sundays I don't like to race. I don't really race Sundays, so that's when I wash the car and go through it and just kind of do my tire maintenance on Mondays, and I try not to tear too much up. Like Frank Smith told me, you can race a lot if you don't do stupid stuff. So
pretty wise there, isn't it?
Yeah, so I just pretty good at keeping my nose out of trouble, and so you don't have to fix the car too much. You just tune it on it.
How new is this car to you, Joel?
This car's got 4 seasons on it now.
That many already?
Yeah, I'm looking to possibly buy a new one for next year. I'm kind of still thinking about it. So,
what are the hot chassis right now that you're looking at?
I always just stick with the Harris car.
Okay.
So it's had quite a few of them. So
gotcha. David, when it comes to your race car and figuring things out, you said you had a big shunt. How'd you fix it? Who helped you do that?
Well, during the week, it's mainly me. Daryl comes over and gives me a hand, but then at the track, I got my dad, Donnie, Carrie Ann. Her son Maddox comes and helps, and he's a huge help. He's not afraid to scrape mud. The kid loves to scrape mud. I had to buy him his own mud scraper.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but my wife actually helped me bleed the brake so I could wash the car this week. So
thank you. Looks great.
Yeah. So
thanks, Debbie.
And then it's an outlaw chassis car, so I can call Kenny Richards up.
Great.
He's the king of the metric stub. So
yeah.
And then Derek, who I bought the car from, has been a big help too.
Wonderful. How about sponsors, David? We'll start with you. Who helps you on that race car?
Well, obviously Walter, and then I got Zarate Auto Sales, my aunt and uncle, and Big Ben. If you need a car, call Rick; he'll find it.
Where at? Which
right
place?
on Janesville and 164.
Okay.
And then we got Pincala Auto Solutions, Jared, Chuck, Maggie, my sister, Floyd's Towing, and then Jewel Trucking and Grading. I've known John Jewell Sr. was my auto shop teacher, and known that family forever. So
yeah, neat. As far as the crew goes, you mentioned a few names here. Let's go through them again because I think it's cool that you got family involved and other friends.
Well, first is foremost my wife Debbie. She puts up with all this stuff, and my kids Andrea and Tony, my dad Tony, my uncle Donnie, Daryl and Joanne Traber. Joanne's like my mom, so, and then Carrie Ann and Maddox.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Joel, you've got a young family of your own here to talk about. Let's brag up on the people and know who helps you as a sponsor.
All right. Well, I got Walter Inc. as my main sponsor, and then SNS Tool, Suggett Lodging, Prime FX Graphics, Feeling Racing Equipment, and that's it.
And when it comes to Walter, I noticed you brought some cool hats to give away. Thank you. The sponsorship on the side is also recruiting, right? You guys are saying, hey, come work at Walter. What's cool about working there?
Variety. I mean, if it lifts people or material, we work on it.
Yeah, Dave's more works in the shop, and then I'm a field service tech, so I'm out at customer job locations.
Wow,
so
very cool. So somehow, some way, some afternoons on Fridays, you're working early. You get up at 2 in the morning on Fridays, Joel, to get out on the road and get going.
No, I work till 2:33.
Okay.
Like I said, Scott Shambo's our boss. If you say you need to go to Bailings or you need to go racing, it's fine with him.
That's an okay thing to do, too. You guys work hard for it. You play hard, and I'm glad you guys are joining us together. I want to say for David Paskewitz and Joel Krobers, guys, thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on, bringing the cars down, and bringing the gang. Thank you very much for making the time. I want to make sure you sign our Bob Trado sign right our backdrop as well. We got all the guests for the entire year signing that. If you want to be part of the guest lineup for the upcoming shows, contact us at racingroundupshow.com. racingroundupshow.com, or email us at racingroundup@gmail.com. We're coming right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln and West Dallas.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair. From oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, we had a bunch of fun last week at the Cellar in Oak Creek on Oak Creek Automotive Night. We're heading back there in August. We also have an upcoming show. We just heard about Greenfield Gallery. They just had a huge sale, and you can find more at Greenfield Gallery on Facebook. Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook. They've got a huge shipment brought in of new die-cast cars to them. Check it out. It's worth the time, and we're going to head out to the Heaven City Restaurant property, the historic Heaven City, on Tuesday night, July 18th. We're going to be there for an entire Racing Roundup show. It's a car show, so if you have a classic car show, get a hold of Ralph at Greenfield Gallery. Say, I want to be in on the car show, or be out in the parking lot hanging out with a bunch of racers and classic car guys and gals on Tuesday night, July 18th, another D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow to look forward to. Also want to tell you that we just saw a commercial for the Alive for 5 series. We talked to Mike Litchfeld about racing that series. There was one postponement in April. Now that's in September. Schedule's a little different. But you saw June 24th on that advertisement we just watched on our show. June 24th, the Trickle 99. The Trickle 99 race is going to happen at Dells Raceway Park. That's $5,000 to win. 99 lapper at Dells Raceway Park on Saturday night, June 24th. That's coming up too, so keep that on your schedule and your calendar and information flowing here. If you have an information update, or you want to put us on the radar, what you're up to, and you want to be a guest on the show, as I mentioned before, hit us a note. RacingRoundup@gmail.com is our email, or give us a call. Check our website out and say, hey, that's cool. We have a schedule page as well, so if there's an event that's coming up that we are at, by all means, we'd love to have you at the event as well. You can check that out on our schedule page on RacingRoundupShow.com. This segment of our show is brought to you by Midwest Truck Series. It's racing again, coming up at the Milwaukee Mile, a big race on Sunday, June 18th. They're supported by Toby Race Products and Wolfpack Promotion. Point leader James Swan has a slim lead over James Lynch. James Lynch was a really strong competitor. 2 wins, I think, already on the year. They're racing. It's going to be fun. Let's see if there's another photo finish this year involving Chester Ace or one of the guys that are going to run up front at the mile. They all race on Sunday afternoon, June 18th. Find out more about the information about the Father's Day Sunday, June 18th race at the mile on the Midwest Truck Series website, MidwestTruckSeries.com. It's now time to head to where Bill Holland likes to hang out, at the short tracks of Wisconsin, and this week's In the Groove.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dells Raceway Park, where the Lionel Nabafelt Memorial pays tribute to the... Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dells Raceway Park, where the Lionel Nabafelt Memorial pays tribute to the popular Central Wisconsin racer who lost his life in a crash 50 years ago this weekend. Lionel Nabafelt was an early member of the Central Wisconsin Racing Association.
All good. We're just going to start that over when we get a second. Bill Holland, again, if you want to sponsor his program, portion of our program, hit us up as well, racingroundup@gmail.com. Bill Holland's been racing all over the place lately. We're looking forward to seeing how Bill can find out what's going on next at a track near you. We also want to tell you that we've got a lot of links on our page as well. If you want to go to a short track around the area, go to our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. We've got some information there for you. Love to have you be part of one of our programs. We're going to be reloading reloading the Bill Holland segment here. So I'll let you know that Polly's Pub and Eatery is a great place to hang out. They just won some Whammy Awards as the best live music entertainment venue this year in the city of Milwaukee. So congrats to Polly's and Polly's Pub. Great pub menu, great fun, and I'm sitting in front of a drum set for a good reason. They got bands in here 3, 4, 5 times a week, plus an outside band lineup. That's pretty impressive. Polly's Pub and Eatery on Facebook is where you want to head to find out about their upcoming concert schedule and all things going on here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Let's check back in one more time with Bill Holland in the Groove.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dells Raceway Park, where the Lionel Nabafelt Memorial pays tribute to the popular Central Wisconsin racer who lost his life in a crash 50 years ago this weekend. Lionel Nabafelt was an early member of the Central Wisconsin Racing Association. Tonight, opening night for the CWRA late models. Three iconic race cars honoring the late Lyle Nabafelt begin the evening in Victory Lane. Family members like Jay Nabafelt know full well what these cars represent.
I'm just so proud of these guys, for doing what they did to bring these cars around and to help us remember how racing used to be.
Former late model driver Dave Cox wheels the restored number 3 chicken coop in opening ceremonies.
I married his oldest daughter, Sherry, and we've been together ever since. And I started my racing career because of Lyle. He was my inspiration back in the 80s to start racing. And I can't emphasize enough what a great guy he was.
Defending CWRA champion Mark Eswine never knew Lyle Nabafelt, but he knows the legacy.
Class act, a real true racer, a clean racer. So that's what sticks in my mind when I hear of memories of Lyle Nabafelt.
For 3 years, Jesse Bernhagen, number 32, has taken the checkers in the Nabafelt Memorial.
It's a great weekend for racing in general, just, given the Indy 500, the Coke 600, everything like that, Monaco. But I think at the short track level, too, there's a lot of great events. And in Wisconsin, I think this one definitely ranks up there.
6-time Dell's late model champ Nick Nolden stepping up to run with the CWRA for the first time.
The Bernhagen crew had an extra set of tires, so we made sure they fit on the car and put them on and just went out and ran some laps and trying to make very small adjustments that doesn't affect our Pro Late program to try to be competitive with the CWRA boys.
UMA Modifieds are on the card tonight, and in the mod feature, it's Weston Marthaler out front in the 100. The young Minnesota driver off to a fast start this year at DRP. He'll take his second straight mod feature here.
Just had a really fast car and was able to maneuver through a field of other great cars and great drivers to go along with them. And I was just really happy to finally get up front and put 2 in a row for this year already.
In the Pro Late Model feature, it's Noah Eisenhower in the 5 and Matt Urban in the 48 up front, bringing the field to green. Both of these drivers put on some miles to race here on Saturday nights. Eisenhower out of Northern Illinois, Urban from the Milwaukee area. Good race up front, as Eisenhower on the inside and Urban on the high side are putting some distance between themselves and the rest of this field. There are some fast race cars coming to the front. Fast qualifier Mike Litchfield in the 44 making his way through traffic. Matt Urban's been chasing a feature win for a long time. Tonight the dream comes true. It's the 48, Matt Urban, with his very first late model feature win.
Winning a feature of the Dells is probably the hardest feature win you can get in the Midwest, I think, in a late model. It's a dream I've always had since I got into racing since I was 15. I'm 27 now. I always thought that I'd never get a late model win. I've been going to Slinger since 2007 when I first got into racing. My dream was always to win a late model feature. That was just a class I loved from the beginning, and I never would have thought I would ever got one.
Monty Gress in the 107.5 and Mark Eswine in the 71 bring the field to green in the 55-lap CWRA Lyle Nabafelt Memorial feature. Gress, a longtime racer out of Needlesville, Wisconsin. Eswine out of Wisconsin Rapids. And it's Eswine, last year's CWRA points champion, out front early. Ahead of Gress, Jesse Bernhagen, Corey Jankowski in the black 31. Mark Mackessy's 12 car. A fast field chasing the leaders. The driver to watch early looks to be Jankowski. He's got a lot of laps here at DRP and moves the 31 up into the second spot. Mark Eswine dominated the CWRA last season, but Jankowski ran up front also and looks very strong tonight. Trouble behind the leaders. Carter Christensen in the 02 going around in front of Mark Mackessy. We are under caution. Back to green flag racing with Eswine and Jankowski side by side. We'll see how this battle plays out. And it won't last long. Jankowski on the high side makes the move to take over the lead. And the 31 is pulling away. Corey Jankowski putting some distance between himself and the rest of this field. Eswine runs second, with Derek Gress now running third ahead of his dad Monty in the fourth spot. Mark Eswine, Derek Gress, who's won here in the past, Monty Gress, and now Paul Payne in the 27 up to fifth. Up front, Jankowski has this field covered.
Corey J. is on his way to a big win in the Lyle Nabafelt Memorial CWRA feature.
Once I got a good pace going, I learned that old school, don't burn your equipment up, just in case there's a caution or something comes up. You still got something to go with. And at the end there, I just kind of pushed the car a little bit, see what it's like, and I still had something in the tank. So I was kind of happy that we went caution-free after that first one and got the job done.
At Golden Sands Speedway, Memorial Day brings the Dick Trickle Memorial 99. Promoter Cody Smiley proud of the tradition here.
It feels right, we get blessed with good weather and good car counts, good fan counts. It's a tradition is what it is, we're just carrying that legacy on.
Clover's Gabe Summers in the 15 won this race a year ago, and the local favorite is quick in qualifying. But fast qualifying time goes to 15-year-old Kendrick Cryer out of Wisconsin Dells in the 66.
Practice, it was good, and we made a couple changes for qualifying, and it was right there.
The Midwest Truck Series is here, and Danielle Bain in the 28 is about to set a record for most races entered, a mark she shared with former series champion Jerry Wood.
Growing up racing trucks, he was by far, my role model, and he still is. He's a super good guy. He sold me my very first truck. He's just a good guy, and honestly, I know records are meant to be broken, but I didn't want to break his record.
The truckers will go for 50 laps. Cody Vanderloop in the 4 and Danielle Bain on the front row as we go green. Vanderloop, the Fox Valley driver out of Freedom, Wisconsin, leading 5-time Truck Series champ James Swan, with Kevin Zilozinski running third. Vanderloop looking strong. Swan always a threat to win. Zilozinski, last year's Rookie of the Year. Then Bain and Jeff Holtz in 5th. Holtz in the black and white 38 making the pass on Danielle Bain to take over 4th. Back in the pack, ASA Midwest Tour regular Paul Schaefer Jr. in the 27 battling with fast qualifier Bryce Miller's 11 truck. And we're under caution. Nick Rail's 52 truck has gone around. Here's the move of the race. Jeff Holtz making his move to take the lead from Vanderloop. The Franksville, Wisconsin driver taking over the top spot, with Paulie Schaefer right there in second. Jeff Holtz has never won a Midwest Truck Series feature, but that's about to change. Holtz takes the checkers and takes the win on Memorial Day at Golden Sands.
Never really raced here before. I seen videos of it and stuff, but once I got out there, it's a little similar to Slinger, where I'm used to racing all the time, and it's a driver's track, that's for sure.
We're ready for 99 laps of super late model action. Tucker Miller in the 27 and Brazen Bennett in the 9 bring the field to the green. Tucker Miller got into this Tate Ballmer-owned ride late last year, and he's looking strong right now, leading Brock Heinrich in the 52 and Golden Sands regular Travis Volm in the 76 car. Braden Berge runs 4th with Gabe Summers running 5th. Right behind Jeremy Lepak in the 40, Ty Fredrickson, son of Danny Fredrickson, in his super late model debut, and 2-time Trickle 99 winner John Beal in the 5. We're under caution, the 8 of Nathan Strife involved in turn 2. Back to green, with Miller and Heinrich leading the way. Tucker Miller hasn't driven much in recent years, working as a consultant and crew chief. He's got a real challenge now with Travis Volm and Gabe Summers right behind him. Volm making his move on a hot, slick racetrack. These drivers really working today. Volm with the lead, Summers up to second, but not for long. Gabe Summers is from just down the road in Plover. He's looking to go back-to-back in the Trickle Memorial and takes over the lead. John Beal started 14th. He's up to 3rd and putting the heat on Volm, taking over the 2nd spot. Gabe Summers, the race leader in heavy traffic. This is slowing the 15 car and giving Beal a chance to close in. Beal's right there on Summers' bumper. Beal making his move for the lead. Summers saves it, but there is no chasing down the 5 car. John Beal takes the win in front of a vocal Golden Sands crowd.
It's hot in there. It greased up. By the first yellow, which was only 26 laps in, my tires were done. 100% used them up. So it was all about getting off the gas, making the corner, all that type of stuff. So lap traffic got in his way. We got to him, and we were able to make the move.
With the win today, John Beal now has 3 feature wins in the Trickle 99 Memorial, and this is a finish folks will be talking about for quite a while. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes our program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you, Bill Holland, for that great report. We'd like to also update you that we're going to have with us Jeff Holtz, the Midwest Truck Series winner that we just watched, and Tucker Miller is going to join us along with Tate Ballmer next week on our show. We'll tell you more about what's going on next week on our program when we return to the Racing Roundup Show live at Polly's Pub and Eatery.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. Another awesome Tuesday night to spend with you here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Next week, we're back here at Polly's as well. We want to see the racers at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Landon. If you've had a dinged up car, you got some hail damage, you got a fender bumper, or you wiped off the nose on your daily driver, or your work truck, they got it all for you. They work with all insurance companies. Schleifer Auto Body is going to take care of you in Landon. 4 generations of racers have been doing it since 1974. Look them up on Facebook, Schleifer Auto Body, and get in touch with this family of racers and check out their award-winning classic car restorations as well. Thanks to Schleifer Auto Body for their sponsorship of our program. And hopefully Danny is back behind the wheel. He wants to go racing this weekend as Danny Schleifer took a hard spill over the weekend. I want to thank our guests for this evening. How about I say for Tommy Colburn, Mike Litchfield, Joel Crowbridge, David Paskewitz. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it for bringing the whole crew down with you as well. Thank you as well to Dean Strom and to Bill Holland for your great contributions to the program. Next week on our program, we'll be previewing the big Wisconsin Racing Weekend, Road America Indy Cars. Father's Day 100, the 5 divisions of racing at the Milwaukee Mile. We're going to have Midwest Truck Series race winner Jeff Holtz with us. We're going to have super late model driver Tucker Miller and his team owner Tate Ballmer, who's bringing the last ASA car Dick Trickle drove to display here at the show. So that white 99 you might have caught a glimpse of during Bill Holland's In the Groove, that car, that number 99 ASA car that Dick Trickle drove, the last time he drove an ASA car, that car will be here next Tuesday at Polly. So join us and the racing crowd to see that car, and we'll talk to Tate and his driver Tucker Miller about all the cool things they get going on. I'd like to remind you to visit our website, racingroundupshow.com, and click on our advertisers' logos to get connected to the great sponsors that support our show and Wisconsin racers. You got to support them, please. If you like what we do, please like our show on Facebook, follow along and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Racing Roundup. If you want to advertise with us or know a racer wants to be on the show, contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Big thanks to our show crew, Dave Schmalzer, Matt Rapina, Greg Lapine, Sam Trado, Dean Strom, Sherry Prague. Special thanks to Bruce Blodgett, Mark Goodman for all his setup help once again tonight. Yeah, it's more than just a radio show. We're doing far beyond that. So if you like what our show is doing, we're kind of unique in this way. Spread the word. We love having racers on the program. We love talking to racers throughout the week on our Facebook page and on Twitter. By all means, we want to talk to you guys as soon as we can, and hopefully see you here on a Tuesday night to help hang out with us and be part of our show as well. I'm Jim Trader reminding you to support your local racetrack, set your DVRs, and have at it, racers. We'll see you next Tuesday.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Like our show on Facebook and share our show with your friends. Follow and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. To listen and watch our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks. Set your DVRs. Have at it, racers.